state and our country back to the American idea that we know where it should be. And we are so grateful to have a star candidate in Reed Ripple that people that want to serve with a pure heart and make a difference, who have already done it in his community, and as a business owner and a job creator. We are grateful, we are blessed, and we want to welcome soon to be the new congressman from the 8th Congressional District. It has been one lie about me after another. It has been a non-stop attack and assault on my personal integrity and what I believe. I'm going to clear a couple of misperceptions up today, and then we're going to hear from Chairman Steele. But I want you to know that I've been lying about my position on Social Security. I have said for over a year that we have to craft a plan that will protect our seniors and those near retirement, because we, the American people and through its government, have made a promise to our seniors, and we better keep it. But we also need to protect our grandchildren. And the Social Security Administration itself, just look at your own statement, says that they're in trouble. And I'm willing to admit they're in trouble. I'm willing to go there and offer solutions to solve these problems rather than just talking about problems. Let's face it, there's been enough talk coming out of Washington, D.C., and not enough getting done. So that we don't bankrupt our children and our grandchildren. I want you to know that 4 years ago, when Congressman Kagan was sent to office and Nancy Pelosi was put in power, our unemployment rate was only a little over 4%. Today it is nearly 10%. The federal deficit was at $300 billion and shrinking. Today it's $1.2 trillion, 4.5 times nearly more than it was then. We have 15.2 million Americans out of work, 8 million Americans underemployed. That's the Kagan-Pelosi legacy, and it's one that I refuse to let my children live with. And with your help, we will make a change. But I'm also concerned about this ever-continuing growth in government. I was with a group of realtors and home builders a little bit ago, just this morning. And I said, you know, our government, our Congress, under the Pelosi-Kagan team, is kind of like that mold that grows on your ceiling in your bathroom. You can't feel it either. And it's time to begin to make a change here, folks. But it will take work, and it's going to take work going neighborhood to neighborhood, house to house, and telling them the truth about it. Because they will outspend us. And if we allow them to craft and shape this debate, then we are at fault for what happens on November 2nd. But instead, all of you can be a champion for this country, a champion for your family, champion for your children, by getting out and doing the type of work that's required to help us win. And then I will make one promise, it's the only promise I make on the campaign trail. When I go to Washington, D.C., I will govern the way I campaign, and you can believe that I will vote the way I told you I will. Thank you so much. Trust and faith in the states to get the work done. And we try to do that by putting the trust and the faith in the counties and the victory centers for all the work that you do. But it starts with Michael Steele. It starts with a party that understands that we need to win at the grassroots. We don't need to win in the Washington Beltway. We don't need to win in the echo chamber that brought us to the point of having to rebuild our party, right? We need to win here with a real, authentic message that Michael Steele's been delivering from day one. And keeping up with the White House, a speaker, and a majority leader in the DNC, dollar for dollar, and also doing nothing but winning, by the way. You know, you hear a lot of chatter sometimes about the RNC, and guess what? We're raising as much money as the DNC, and the other thing we're doing is, you know, by the way, we're winning a few races. We won in Virginia. Around the country. And it starts at the top with millions and millions of dollars coming from the RNC, invested in the state, to pay for the rent of the room that you're standing in today, to pay for those phones that are on the table, to help pay for the person and the people here that are getting the volunteers to help us make all those calls to make a difference. So with that, I just wanted to say publicly and give a huge thank you to our chairman, who's transforming our party and leading us to perhaps the biggest Republican turnaround in the history of not just Wisconsin, but the entire who is one of the hardest working chairmen in the country. Trust me, I know him. He's put together a strategy with his team, a great national committee organization. He's been very interested. Thank you so much. Good to be here, but he rounds out your statewide and national team that works with the county parties, the local parties, that works with the grassroots, and then translates all of that for us to the national level so we know exactly what you need. We know exactly what we got to put on the table for you. And so we want to make sure that we're getting it right every day, and he makes sure that we do. So, Ryan, thank you so much for your leadership. Special this time. So the CR chair, head of the Cosmopolitan, the CP. There you are. Give me your name again? Jason. Jason. Welcome, head of our Cosmopolitan. Particularly excited to spend the last day and a half with the head of Republican Women, the Federation of Republican Women here in Wisconsin, Char Rasmussen. Thank you so much. Republican women. It is not a campaign that's going to be run or won without Republican women as the backbone and the heart and soul of that campaign. It's great to have our state overseers here, Jason. It's great to have Republican women here, but most especially it's so wonderful to have you here, to have this energy, to have this excitement. And guess what? We're just 3 weeks away, folks. 3 weeks away, and you're going to transform this state, you're going to transform this country by firing Pelosi, getting rid of Reid, and moving this country forward in a new direction. That's the legacy that you're creating right now to leave behind for this generation. That's what this race boils down to. It boils down to what we must do and how we must do it over the next 3 weeks. But it's not just about winning.
because as you've witnessed over the past year, our government has grown tone deaf to your concerns. It is not interested in your concerns. It doesn't care what you think or how you feel. What they care about is not what you're concerned about. You're concerned about keeping your jobs, keeping the roof over your head, putting food on your table, educating your kids. You're concerned about how this community is going to look and exist over the next few years. They're concerned about growing government, creating a greater regulatory burden for small businesses. As Reed mentioned, increasing the deficit. $1.2, $1.3 trillion. Where does it stop? Right now, a baby born today owes the federal government $42,000 to $55,000, depending on where they live in the country. Now, you imagine coming out of the womb owing the federal government? Over there, it gets better than that. When you die, they want to take it all back. This is our government. This is what they're trying to do. They want to transform us from we the people to us the government. Guess what, folks? You're not going to let that happen. Let that happen. Because Ron Johnson is going to the United States Senate for you. Is going to be going to the United States Congress.